Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're going to do a short, hopefully, review of the Kel-tec PF9 9mm handgun. And to do that, I'm going to steal an idea from Nut and Fancy because he uses talking points. So I'll use these just to keep myself organized. So the first thing we're going to talk about is philosophy of use. And I think the number one and most obvious philosophy of use for this handgun is a concealed carry handgun, and that is what I use it for. I carry this gun pretty religiously every day. This one is my own personal gun, and this one is just another one I had available to me to show you the two different finishes on the slide that are available. But we'll get into that later. So number one is concealed carry. And it's a great gun for that. It's very small and lightweight. Number two, possibly just a home defense weapon. It's small, light, easy to use, and would be just fine for a home defense weapon. Although, you know, given my choice, I might choose something else. But if you can only afford one gun and you want one for home and one for carrying around with you, this is an excellent choice. As far as size and weight go, I have a little cheat sheet so I can tell you about the size and weight. Obviously it's a 9mm, and its unloaded weight is 12.7 ounces. I haven't weighed mine specifically, but I'm sure it would be somewhere close. Length is 5.85 inches, and that's obviously, you can see that the guns are unloaded. 5.85 inches with the slide closed, obviously. Height is 4.3 inches. The width, which is one of the most important dimensions in my view, is 0.88 inches in thickness. Excuse me. And that's really great. When I wear this gun, I almost forget that I'm wearing it. It's never uncomfortable to walk around with, and it's always easily concealable, partially because it's so thin. And trigger pull is listed at 5 pounds. In my experience, I have about probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 to 700 rounds through this gun, and the trigger pull was different. It evolved and got a little bit smoother, a little bit crisper, and a little bit lighter over time. But it's kind of leveled off, and I really like it where it is. This gun, on the other hand, has only had about 100 rounds through it. And you can tell the difference if you were to fire one and then fire the other. Firepower comes in the form of a 7-round magazine, although I believe you can purchase a floor plate which extends the rounds count, and I'm not sure if it extends it one or two more. I will annotate that one in there somewhere. And so you get 7 plus 1 with the gun. The gun comes with only one magazine, which would be nice if it came with 2 or 3, but that's what you get for what you pay for. Accuracy. This gun it only has a 5-pound trigger pull, but it is long, and it's a little bit strange at first. It feels much like a double action only revolver. So it's mostly a training issue, something to master. And I'll try and see if I can throw a target in this video that I shot somewhere. Ergonomics, and this gets into trigger pull as well. Personally, it fits my hand fairly well. With the standard floor plate installed, there's no way that I can get all 3 of my bottom fingers on the grip itself, and it does come included with a pinky hook magazine floor plate, but I find that just ends up poking me right in the middle of my pinky. It's totally annoying. Hi, babe.
I need a lighter.
You need a lighter? Okay. Here you go, honey.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I'll edit that out.
Okay.
ease of use, and what I mean by this is just how easy it is to manipulate and all those things. It's not bad. Obviously it's a very simple gun. It does not have an external safety. It has an internal hammer block safety, and it has a long double action only trigger pull. And those are the safeties, so to speak. As far as this slide lock goes, I've found that I can't always get the slide to drop using this. So when I shoot, I generally, if I'm going to say reload the gun after I've shot a whole magazine, generally I try to get into the habit of just pulling it. And obviously it won't let you just pull it when the magazine is empty because the follower is pushing up on the slide stop. So you have to push it down manually with your thumb. But if you had a loaded magazine, it would strip one off just by pulling the slide back. So that's that basically. It is a unusual trigger pull, and it's just something that you got to get used to. Maintenance is no problem. Field stripping the gun is pretty simple and fairly standard. You pull the slide back, get the magazine out, and double check that the gun is clear. After that, you take a cartridge and you pop this little pin out. Gently slide the slide forward and it will slide right off the gun. Pull out your spring and guide rod assembly. Push the barrel forward, tilt it up, pull it out, and that's it. You've just disassembled it. You clean it just like anything else. Mine's actually real dirty and I need to clean it because we just went out and shot it the other day. I haven't had a chance to clean it yet, so I'm going to have to take care of that. But real simple on the inside, easy to take apart and put back together. It's a double action only, and it's a hammer fire, and you can see the hammer right there. So that's basically that. Go ahead and put it back together real quick, just so we can see that. Barrel goes in. One thing you want to be careful of is that this guide rod and spring assembly is not retained. So if you're not careful, you can shoot springs everywhere, and I have done that once, and it's a pain in the rear to try and hunt around wherever you are to try and find those. And there's a little trick when you're reassembling the gun, and that is you push the slide on, and when it comes to about right there, you kind of feel at the point where it wants to stop. And if you push it, it'll go all the way back, but it's important that you push down on the barrel and then push the slide back, and that will retain the barrel in its little spot there. And you take the pin and you stick the pin back in, like so. This particular gun comes with 3-dot sights, as you can see, and the one over here will be on your right. Is the standard setup with the white dots, and the one over here is my personal one, and I've painted it with glow-in-the-dark paint. And I like green dots better than white dots. There's nothing real going on there. So, durability, reliability. When I first got this gun, and even sometimes now, I had a couple of problems with reliability in the form of, I'm not sure exactly what was happening. I think what was happening was that it was short stroking. I would fire around, and the slide would reciprocate, and then it would come back, and I don't think it would fully eject the spent cartridge, and it would push the spent cartridge back into the barrel. And in doing that, it would try to strip off a new cartridge from the magazine, and that new cartridge would end up getting jammed right into the rear of the spent cartridge. And that seems to only happen with certain types of ammunition, and some types of ammunition it really doesn't. The nice, powerful, high-grade stuff, like the Hornady Critical Defense, which is what I carry in it, looks like this. Those seem to function very reliably, but the cheaper stuff, like say Blazer aluminum case, those seem to have some issues. So I would recommend stoking your Kel-tec PF9 with some high quality ammo and go out and shoot it and break it in before you start to carry. 1 second, I gotta let the dog out, he's barking. Sorry about that. Okay, so that's track record. Rants and raves. I do like to rave about this gun because I really love it. The price was definitely right. I think when I picked this gun up, it was somewhere in the neighborhood of $300 after tax, sales tax, and all that stuff. So that's cool. And bad things about it. Well, I described that reliability issue, and that was basically my only problem I've ever really had with this gun. I really love it, and I carry it every day. And competitive options, I'm going to throw in a couple of things I think are very competitive with this gun. For example, the Car PM9 and Car CW9 are both competitive options, albeit they are both more expensive than this gun. The Ruger LC9 is another great option, and I would even recommend that gun. I've heard many good things about it. And I'll try to throw in some pictures of these since I don't have any available to me. And I think that's about it. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.